Welcome to Humanity Unboxed, Michaell Magrutsche. It's lovely to see you on this, looks like a sunny morning there in Los Angeles.
It was shuffling. Yesterday, I was at a seminar,
Yeah.
and finally, a worldwide seminar, I get my voice, right? I'm
Yeah.
in the library, I ran out, and all of a sudden, totally showered, totally. And they were so afraid of the rain, they locked the door. So I went out and it was outside, but I got in, because I
Okay.
know everybody. But it was very interesting because we talked about resentment and where's resentment ending and where's, and actually was interesting because we pick up resentment from each other. We pick up emotions from each other. So the hurry
Yeah.
creates, and the hurry, which I think we're going to look at it today, creates resentment, like pushing the gas and stopping, pushing the gas and the brakes at the same time.
Yeah.
And that is frustration, stagnation, and that's what humanity feels like. Oh, we need to fix the wars. We need to think that. No, let it all go out and be,
Yeah. But yeah, let it
I'm not
all
saying
go. No. Yeah. No.
accept it. I'm not saying condone it.
No. No.
Yeah.
Letting it go doesn't mean that you are condoning it.
Condoning it, yes.
It's letting go of the control of it because we can't control it.
Yes.
I've been listening to, I don't know if you remember Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
No.
It's a little tiny,
You know me.
yeah, it's a tiny little book that Richard Bach wrote, I think in the 1970s, and it's about a seagull and how he wanted to fly, and he was told that seagulls don't fly, they just need to eat. They must stop worrying himself with these things that doesn't concern him. And it's just lovely in this, listening to it this morning. He was saying, if we let go of space and time, then all we have is here and now.
And
Know,
love. And
yeah,
love. Actually, that is our
yeah,
our
because
concept
we are
is the love.
present.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. So,
but we need to let go of this element of perfection, of because it doesn't exist. We've said this many times. There is no such thing as perfection, but it holds us back constantly as to, well, I can't do that because I don't know how, or I can't do that because I haven't done a course, or you know what I mean? It's just
it's
sometimes,
all focused on the outcome,
yeah,
which tell me one human that knows the outcome. I don't know any one human, and everybody that has some awareness says it's not about the outcome. It's always about the journey. It's about the path.
yeah,
The path is the outcome. The path is how we interact with life is the outcome.
yeah. Well, this is what we do every week, kind of thing, though, isn't it? Because we don't know
Yeah.
the outcome. We don't know where this
Yeah.
conversation is going to go, or what we're going to be talking about. We have a general, we're talking about energy and we're talking about letting go. But what's going to come of this is the interesting part. Because we could have prepared, we could have made notes and
Yeah.
studied what other people have said and thought and stuff like that.
And then
Yet,
stop carrying water and chopping wood, right? Just
exactly.
stop it, right? Just, hey, I want to stop carrying it. No, you got to live.
No.
You got to be first. That's your part of what is.
Yeah, exactly. And chopping wood and carrying water is the way to get there, because
Yeah.
being present in doing those things is what provides us with warmth and water, sustenance,
And safety, everything, because
but also presence, because we need
yeah,
to do the physical carrying
yeah,
water and chopping wood. Yeah.
yeah. I learned that when I was I couldn't get a job, and then finally I had a friend, and she says, "Okay, I don't know what to do with you," you know. And I said, "I don't care. I scrub the floors and whatever."
Mm.
And then in a month I ran the restaurant,
Yeah.
and and because not because I wanted to run the restaurant, but I I was not aware as I would be now, because that was 30 years, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But I can see now because I made the best job that I could, and it just unfolded. I wasn't worried about I need to run the restaurant.
Yeah.
Actually, everything I got in my life was not because I have to get to that position. That position came to me. It just showed up, and with Robert Evans and all this stuff, it showed up.
Yeah.
It wasn't me working for it. And I think that working for it or existing for it is such a generator of resistance, because how many people have viral videos? How many people are billionaires? How many things? And then often you see them when they have it, it can't give them that if they really enjoyed the process.
Yeah, because they were looking at the becoming the millionaire or billionaire
the
or
lack.
yeah.
They were experiencing living out the lack and the scarcity.
Yeah.
Versus just being and be fulfilled every second.
Yeah. Well, experiencing it, because it's also experiencing it, and being present isn't always pleasant. When it's raining and you're cold and you're not sure where you're going next,
But
then
it just happened.
It is a thing. It is what it is.
I got exactly the question that I had, and what I want to discuss was exactly that.
Oh yes.
So I said, where is the difference between being and living in the system and living in a life? And exactly that, because I got aware of from this. Perhaps it was not my wish. I didn't condone that it rains, but it rains, and in that dissonance that it started raining and I was locked out, I gained the awareness that I needed.
Yeah.
It's just funny, and I didn't know that it will happen this way. I thought, you're gonna tell me. You know what I mean? It's like no. It's just what we think. We don't know what's going on in life. We have to admit that we have no idea what's going on in a minute. We just don't know.
But this is also what we do often. There's a cost to our attention. So when we put our energy or our attention somewhere, our energy flows in that direction. So if our attention goes to, I need to be the next president of
whatever,
Moldova or whatever, then our energy goes in that direction. But I've never been to Moldova, or whatever it is.
It's like, I want to be a millionaire. I have never been a millionaire. Nobody has been. The people that are not millionaire haven't experienced what it is to be a millionaire. Or a president or whatever.
And that comes back to, okay, what do I actually want though, isn't it? Do I want to have enough so that I don't have to worry about taking my family out for dinner to a fancy restaurant? Then that's different than wanting $1 million. Because what I want is freedom in movement and freedom in experiencing life the way that I see it. But it's not the $1 million.
My perception. I want my perception, not yours.
Yes.
I want to perceive life in my perception, in my life. And then, sometimes we cross and tell the story, and then the other person can get it, refine the perception. So when you and I talk, we exchange perceptions, but not that it was his fault. It can never be fault, because you were one of one, which we always say, you're one of one of 8 billion people. Everybody has a different perception. And in all these perceptions is the wisdom of and awareness of life.
Yes, but we've been conditioned to follow a guidance. There's the teacher or the religion or the government or the whatever it is, the one that knows more than us, instead of turning back and saying, okay, but how do I feel within myself? Because there's a remembrance that we forget to check in on, if that makes sense.
We never check in on ourselves. And when we do, then that happens. I listened yesterday. I just was writing something, and there were two people talking. I said, "Hey, are you teaching?" They ask, "Are you teaching something?" Because I'm for 10 years with this art teacher, and I'm now smarter than the art teacher. The people say, not me.
Yeah.
So they become aware in this knowledge and then stop themselves because
from growing.
Yeah. It's like you would say, hey, I can't learn from this talk anymore, or I cannot learn from this talk, or I have no experience in this talk.
Yeah.
And my perception doesn't change and nothing. And I just, hey, why are we talking? What's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we see each other as one of ones, then we can never, separate it and connect it at the same time. Then we can only grow. Yeah.
So it's always growth. It's always growth. And that's a friend of mine sent me the Fibonacci, I talk about the Fibonacci. And I said the Fibonacci is literally, I think, visualized and understanding that life is always growing, if you want or not. If you want or not. It's we talked this the circle and AI and all is always about the circle, right? It's not about growing, and that's also with AI. It's you write the perfect script, right? And then you give it to 10 filmmakers, and they make complete different film.
Yeah.
So films completely different. Yeah, because the films that or stories, right? Or writing a book, it's totally different, and that it's not an average. AI will be always an average. Will always be, the best.
It's a closed system. Yeah. So to come back to your circle, it's that closed system that we aren't. We are the spirals. We are the different
Fibonacci.
levels.
We are the Fibonacci. If we want or not. I said, no, I'm gonna be just doing a circle. No, you can't, because that's what the world tries right now, to keep the circle. The circle was good a long time, which it wasn't anywhere a circle.
No.
We grew,
Yeah.
And then come back to the resentment. We nurture the resentment because we grow in resentment. You always grow. You always grow in lack. You always abundant in lack, in scarcity, in life.
Yeah, and this is where your energy goes. So this is coming
Exactly.
back to what I was trying to, and then kind of got sidetracked on, where we focus our attention is where our energy goes. So if we're going to focus this on scarcity or lack or even grief or whatever it is, then that is what we attract within that energetic system.
Yeah.
And to then move ourselves out of it and go, okay, I'm experiencing these things, but this is not the only aspect that my attention can be upon. There are other, there's a bigger
and
picture.
I can't let it go. I can't let the feeling, because it's all emotions. It's nothing else, because the event is neutral. Every event is neutral, and you can engage with that event or not engage with that event. And when it makes you feel, even if you have compassion for other people, you can't save them. It just doesn't work, because they need their perception of life and they need their experience of life to align to themselves. I mean, this I know this from me. I'm not saying, but I'm saying you need, it's there was a good word they said yesterday. They saying love is it's unconditional. Love is unconditional acceptance.
But as humans, we don't understand unconditional anymore, because we've been so conditioned to have conditions, even in unconditional.
Because we always think about future.
Yes, I love you unconditionally, unless you do these things. Then I can't, because if you have a different religion than I do, or you support Trump or whatever, then I can't really. But otherwise, it's unconditional, which
and
is
even
not.
If you don't, even if it says you don't support, you cannot support Trump or Biden or anybody.
Yeah.
Because when you know I think we've talked about this, when you look at the statistics, people are in the middle. We are all always attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Even if you I hate you, but I'm attracted to you. So we always attract and so there is no absolute Trumper and there is no absolute Biden or absolute Labour Party. There is nothing.
But these are all things that are there to distract us, though, I feel, to distract our focus and our attention. Who cares about Trump?
No, who cares about anybody?
Who cares about these things? For all I know, Trump doesn't exist. He's just a picture on some.
It's a picture, exactly. And Hitler doesn't exist. And Hitler, to blame it on one person instead of saying we collectively created a Hitler, we collectively created a Biden, we collectively created this, that would be a better view of life. I want something else is already, I'm in lack because of this person. Yeah. This is why want is so tricky. I want and desire this. You can think that. You think I would prefer this.
Yeah.
But I don't want it or desire it because that confirms that you're in lack.
Yeah.
You confirm that you're in lack.
Yeah.
So life is perfect as it is. I don't see it yet that it is perfect. Yeah. I don't see it yet, Yeah. Which, my position, I didn't see that, but I see it more and more.
Yes. Not only because you are looking at it from a different angle. Your angle
perspective,
was influenced by possibly the lack of, or the feeling of not being able to change things,
and believing in the conditioning of scarcity. It's a major conditioning over hundreds of years. It's scarcity.
But it's constantly thrown at us,
Yeah.
I can't watch the news or listen to the radio.
And it's also not true.
And it's also not true. And it just makes me angry. And it's just weird. I mean, I commented yesterday. I have a giggle about it quite often today. I commented on a rugby group post. They were saying which country is, I can't remember the exact word, something like more rugby, something more into rugby or
quantity, bigger
rugby.
That's what we were talking.
Yeah. And
the quantity bigger, faster.
But they obviously, many people then read better, and that's not what I read anyway, because it states which country is bigger in rugby or bigger at, I don't know, something like that. And I gave my perspective as being South African. It was between South Africa and England, and I gave my perspective as a South African living in England. Oh my word!
So, which is a lot. Which is a bigger perspective. It's definitely a bigger perspective.
I'm not. It's just my perspective. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, or that I'm saying whatever. But and I'm a woman, talking about.
Let's go crazy. It's a woman. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm having a bit of a giggle as to how personal it becomes when nothing of it was personal. It is just an observation as to where I come from and where I live now, and I'm struggling to be able to watch a game where when you had a public event in South Africa, there's a big screen and you can watch it. It is accessible.
Yeah.
But suddenly it became a point of segregation. And it's interesting because this is what our focus is being thrown towards in every sphere these days. Oh, are you saying I'm not as good as you? Or I'm different and therefore we must be better and worse.
And we must ultimately be enemies because we have to defend our part of. Yeah. And our part of is always a generalization and it's always weak.
Exactly.
It's like it's only weak for the short, it's only strong in the short term.
Yeah.
But it's never going away the individuality of humans. It never goes away.
No.
If I'm South African or English, it doesn't really count because we are human.
Exactly, we're all humans, whether I'm
yes.
white or
and
black
all
or
apart.
green or man or woman. Why are we not all humans? Why do I have to be a white woman from Africa and you know what I mean? Whatever the narrative
we
is.
talked about this. All the what do you call it? Logo. Once a logo is established or a brand, so we become all a brand. In the group where you belong, where you're not a brand as Michelle, you're a brand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Your system relevantly decided what you are and conditioned what you are.
Because
if you
all
feel
women from South Africa are this way, they must
exactly
must be trying to belittle me.
That's your
Therefore, I
image.
must attack them. Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm not attacking you. I'm just giving you my opinion. And in these attacks, they are saying exactly what I was saying, that football is bigger in England than rugby is. But they are doing it from a point of, what do you know?
Yeah, we are bigger.
Better.
Entitlement, ego entitlement.
Yeah. But the one is also futile because you just go into this whole circle because it never ends. There's never a resolution.
There's no flow. And it's going to slow and slower because of the resentment.
Yeah.
Of that suppressed resentment, it's going to increase the flow, the resentment, and then that comes down the flow, and it's going only on short results. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
I did this. Look at me. But nobody cares if you did something. But you're president.
It takes longer.
It's only short time.
Yeah.
It's only short time. I mean, it was a person that was in charge, did this stuff like a wave in the water, right? It was a wave, and it goes back. It was a wave. It was a strong wave that was dangerous. It was a very shallow wave, and it just comes over and over. And the stuff is, this is what art is so good. I love that art is so good because you remember, everybody knows, a lot of people in the Western world at least know who Warhol is, who Picasso was, who Mozart was, and nobody knows the politicians because they're, only the few when they got perhaps shot.
Yeah.
That's artificial. That's artificially sugarcane for media because they have to talk about something, and they get attention.
Yeah.
Attention to make us attention to condition us to have resentment, and feeling less.
This is the thing. Our attention has now got a price tag on it because there's an energy currency involved with that level of attention. So whether it is on social media or the news or wherever it is, how much I can pull people's attention means how much of their energy I can sidetrack from.
For me, because even if the media, if you're a journalist, you cannot see your perspective. Your perspective, say, hey, this is just my thing. What I see is this. Fine. But now it's like I have to do this to get more reaction, to get a short time jolt, dopamine hit, that I have,
but even in taking that attention away, like this Palestinian journalist that was killed, and now his social media accounts have all been deleted because now that power of that energetic movement of information of his perspective from where he was standing is now being taken away, so there is a recognition of the importance of attention and how what's the word, how valuable it is. That's it. How valuable
and it's interesting because it leans, before you break down, like even in your life, right? You try to manipulate and correct everything. What isn't, it happens, but you don't want it. And that's resentment. I resent what life is. I resent divorce. I resent this. I resent this. I resent this, and you feeding the whole stuff. So, I wrote so much about war and whatever that, because I wanted to understand war.
Yeah.
Not because I wanted to be an anti-war hero and go with a white flag all over,
Yeah.
And exactly with your books, your journals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very satisfactory when you got him out. But because you didn't just try to get him out, it was the process of enjoying the process, and you gained not if they're successful or not. I wrote 8 and that published 5.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I refer people to our podcast when they talk about freedom or whatever. Say, look at our perspective and see if that helps you.
Yeah.
Get your perspective in balance. Basically, it's just to get the balance in balance that you gel with what is, or what is. Yeah, what is. That people are jealous. That people are. Yeah, it is. I'm not. If people control and manipulate, it's fine with me. They can do whatever they want.
Yes.
But I wanted to speak. I think it's so important that our not intuition, our inspiration.
Yeah.
That comes the wisdom of an artist in there.
Yeah.
That it comes in, and you're not an artist if you think, I have so much better ideas than Warhol. I have so much better thing. You gotta express it, and then see the truth. In the system truth, it's not the truth, that your paintings are not better than they're different, but they're not better than Warhol. They're not better than Picasso. They're different. My music is not better than Mozart's. My music is different,
Yeah. But there's also a level of judgment in there that's irrelevant to the creation
system.
of whatever you are creating. Yeah.
It's the system only. So the stuff is, I need to deal not with what is. I need to deal what the system deems as more valuable. And we talked about the value in the same thing. It's just, and we go, different, always different perspective. And the exchange of that, and you need to speak what you are. I told my friend today, I would have never survived if I would just focus on, you got to get a home, you got to get this, you got to get money, you got to get that is also betraying myself.
Yeah.
Because I can only be what I am. I cannot be truly what nature made me, a part of what is. I cannot try to go against it. I can, and I learn from that. So whatever I demand, I get, but I get in some way or form, or fail, but there is no failure. There is no failure.
No,
because
it's once again a measure. It's once again a judgment as to, and if you were to go against that, you would be separating yourself. You would be isolating yourself.
Yeah.
From that part of you that needs the expression, the part that is the you. Creating an imbalance within your own psyche, which then has consequences in other aspects of you, which might not be showing in a physical way, but that's not the only way that we exist, because we are also energy, if we want to believe that. But that's something I think is clear for me, that there is a force of energy within this expression of me that isn't the expression that you see more.
Yeah, and also it's different perspective. You and I have, even though we are very aligned, we have different perspectives.
We can only be aligned if we have different perspectives. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, and we can only be aligned and get into balance when we exchange perspectives, because that's in nature. It's the same thing, you know.
Yeah, and our
I
perspectives, not someone else's perspective. You know,
yeah.
not pretending. I don't know if you saw. I'm on a bit of a Trevor Noah plug these days, but he was saying that he was at an event, and everybody was saying, you know, I wouldn't say this in public, or I wouldn't say this if I was being recorded. And it's like, but why? I don't understand that. Why can't we have these conversations where you say what you mean,
Yeah.
and you mean what you say? Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I say, if it's harm to none, if, you know, if you speak and it's harm to none, it's just comprehending what you express.
Mm.
It doesn't really matter what you think, if it's good. There is no wrong. There is no wrong, and there is no mistakes. You can only do for you feel that it was a mistake to do that, but you don't understand that that wasn't a mistake. That was just a detour where you had to learn something else.
Yeah, yeah, and that's
You
where
know,
the awareness.
look how many people marry. You know,
Yeah,
and you just marry and say, oh, that's perfect. In the marriage, so many people grow. Both people grow, and both people keep changing the perspectives, and all of a sudden, I can't stand with this woman. But you cannot divorce. You cannot segregate. You cannot be yourself. It's basically saying how to be, and
yeah.
you can generalize how to be.
No, no, because it's a one of one expression of you.
Yeah,
Is
it's
your
your
me.
expression, it's your husband's, it's your kids' expression, and your kids don't think the same thing. You know that. You know it. You know, they have totally different things. In every family, I always say this: in a family, look at this thing. You like totally different things than you're in the very political Labor Party, and you all of a sudden become a Tory. You know, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter. You know,
But
it doesn't.
even in that perspective, you know, you just mentioned now Labour and Tory, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
which is the two parties here in England, or two of the parties. But you know, I would have said that I was maybe one of them, but now that party has got other views. So now I'm no longer aligned with that party, and I can no longer be a Labour. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So we also
That
need to be
was
able to accept the fact that those things that we think we are following or
and
learning from
change
can change.
constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have the politics of, and this is the good thing with video, they say, what did you say before? And
Mm.
if Kennedy would be an right winger, he was a Democrat. He would be a right wing. He would be extreme right in
Yeah.
today's thing, because the whole community is growing.
Mm.
Even the system is constantly changing. So Trump 1 was different than Trump 2. It's constantly growing and changing, and change is basically, that's the essence of life. Change.
Yeah.
It's always changing, and in that change, you hopefully become aware. You know.
Well, that's the thing, you know, that's how you grow within the change, if you are aware of the change and yourself within it, I
Yeah.
think.
And then that's why you use your brain then
Mm.
to say, this happened. Let me think about this instead of, what can I do to think to get in the future. The brain is not for the future. The brain is for the past. What you experience, that you that's what we're making here,
Yeah.
to find and to feel. Okay, there was a context there. There was a context here, and all
Yeah.
this stuff.
It's, yeah, creating, or being aware of the patterns, finding the patterns.
Yeah,
Michael, thank you so much.
it's all good. Life is good.
The life looks good on your side. There's beautiful
Yeah,
sunshine on
yeah.
that side. I
I have
hope
to
you get
set it
that.
up the other way next time that the sun hits
Yeah,
my
it's
face.
it's glorious. It looks
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
Yes.